Alright, what's up? That King Boo is back again with another video. And today we are playing Spire cards. So yeah, it's not a game mode I've played very much, but I just decided randomly, I just remembered, I literally forgot it existed, and then it was like, oh yeah, Spire cards is out. So I played a few games, I had some crazy ones, so now I'm going to show you some of the replays I had from yesterday. I only been able to get the chance to voice over this now, literally like a day later. But yeah, you can actually get some really cool wins with it, and really quick wins. And I'm sure you've seen the clickbait I put in the thumbnail. So yeah, so here's how we play it. We like upgraded balloons with the power lock and the lightning bolts. And yeah, if your opponent doesn't have jug, doesn't know what they're doing, doesn't have jug or doesn't have lightning, you're pretty much guaranteed to win in well under 2 minutes, maybe under a minute, depending on the short map or how bad the opponent is. But yeah, but the thing that's just a little off with me is that if you find a good opponent that knows what they're doing, they can stall you out to have slightly longer games and beat you more often than you beat them. But that's still a good game mode, and I've not perfected it by any means. But yeah, you can see what we're doing here. We're just upgrading the balloons, upgrading blacks to zebras, and then we can power lock them so they can't use their lightning. And then we use our kidnap to take away their main defense. We did an early upgrade there so we could power lock. He sold his boomer for some reason, which was really confusing. He put a wizard down. There's so much dartling lag, you can't really see anything, but I decided to get rid of the wizard just because it felt like that ninja and that dartling gunner wouldn't be able to defend zebras. So yeah, we got the win there. Forgot to check the timer. That was only like a minute, maybe a minute and a half. So yeah, no, it's such a quick strat. The other main problem with using it as a big grinding strat at the moment is that cards, it's not very popular as an arena. So I've actually edited out about 2.5 minutes in all the clips worth of just waiting screen. But here we are, we have the number 2 ranked player, we've got 4 top. We are trying to stall to help Devla anyways. Probably should have got rid of that bomb tower. The way you start, you want to cycle all your cards until you get either the boat to start with or the dartling gunner. Though I put the tech shooter in now, but I didn't have it in at the time. That's another starting tower you can do. Yeah, 3-0. But yeah, so in this one, 4 top has lightning, but he doesn't have jugglage. You can tell because the number of wins on his profile is less than 50, which is what you need to get all the cards with club access. With combined with the club access to acquire all the cards. So yeah, so that's always looking good for us. So we're going to upgrade the balloons in, send it early. We're now going to send it in, we're going to power lock, and then we're going to kidnap his dartling gunner because we know that Ricochet is not strong enough to defend zebras on its own. We have to upgrade the balloons, and bang, we win the game in 1 minute and 3 seconds. That is so crazy fast. That is faster than pretty much any other mode you can do. It's crazy fast if you get noobs, which you get quite a lot of because it's a speed mode. You get grinders who've not grinded very much, and they'll see it and they'll hop in for a little bit, like 4 top is, or just you don't have all the cards, and you can just get these crazy fast wins like that. If he has juggle lunch, you can slow it down. You got a few other tricks which you'll see later on. We're going to play him on cards every single map, which is good for us as well. Also very helpful. He couldn't skip it because he's grinding. He wants short maps. But yeah, so here's another example. Just cycle through so we get our dartling gunner, which we have now. Yeah, I'm going to place it down now. You can also start with pinks and lightning bolts, but if you feel a little bit more comfortable on the shorter maps with a dartling gunner early on. And yeah, when it works, it's so strong. Just there are players that do a lot of cards, which is not something I do, and they're able to defend it quite easily, or who just play a passive strat and have all the cards, and if they know what they're doing and you don't get like the right combination of cards at the right time, like an early strong lead, then it is quite hard. So he sends this rush in at both of us. I lightning bolts it, but he must have been really close to his glaive Ricochet because he goes for that now, and he leaks quite a lot of lives, which is not something he wants to do because we have an aggressive power combination. For some reason, there's so much delay here. We upgrade, and we're now dragging blacks to his side. I dragged it to the wrong side at first. He used an early lightning bolts. We then kidnapped his Dartling Gunner with the power lock. That was really better. I don't know why that lagged so much. But yeah, he couldn't defend it. 2 games, and first one was 1:03. This one was 1:16. 2 minutes and 19 seconds for 2 wins. 100k on the leaderboard. That is crazy. This is why you get some pro cards players can get some incredible hour ratios when they can have wins so fast like this. But yeah, we got one more game against Fortop, which is the last game of this video. Just about 10 minutes long, this video, I believe. Yeah. And this one, it just shows you what happens, what you can do if you don't get your really quick rush off, because all these have just shown us everything going perfectly. Really quick games. But now this is what you can do when you got a bit later. You got your wizards, you got your rainbows, you got your regen zebras, which you can upgrade into regen rainbows on round 8, which is really strong as well. It's not been effective in any of these games, but it's just another little trick you can use. And yeah, I think we started with blues this game into lightning bolts. It just gets our eco up a little bit because it's a speed with fire. You're getting more eco in more regularly, and you're getting double the eco. So no one farms on this. And yeah, so he starts that's the tech shooter you want to get in. If you can, we upgrade early. He gets his Dartling Gunner down. We power lock. We sort of messed this up. We do manage to knock that out. But he just gets so many of his earlier game towers in that he leaks to this, but doesn't quite die. He manages to get up his ricochet, not his ricochet, his bionic boomer, and he can defend on this with low lives. But you can see we almost won in like a minute there. If he didn't have the bionic there, or was a little bit off, then we would have won in like under a minute. Then it's crazy. It's also my Vortex Storm card strat, which you can also use. You play it slightly differently. You want to start ideally with blues, pinks, and then if they don't lightning it early enough, you can win in literally like 40 seconds. I got it from Jimmy, aka a league called NL. That's where I got the powers, and pretty much this entire strat from. That's why there's so many water towers in. I don't know if I meant to use them. But yeah, here he sent us greens and he power locked us. Thankfully we put in, changed from his strategy, actually put in this boomer to help us out here. I could put a glaive ricochet in as well, but we didn't decide to in the end. I could have put that Dartling Gunner down as well, though. I'm thinking I want to be aggressive at the moment. So yeah, so we got another small tip is you always want to try and have, especially early game particularly, you always want to have jugs, the jugger lunch, in your combination. Because if you don't, then they are able to, then if they send in a rush and you're out of lightnings, or they power lock you, then it's really struggling to defend. So we send in the rush at us. He actually has Maelstrom there. I shouldn't have used that kidnap, and that almost killed us because we couldn't afford to jug that, but we were actually fine with the lightning in the end. But no, that Maelstrom was a little bit tricky, but not too bad. I think we put a sniper up in the top right corner. Oh, not yet. Okay, but you see how many balloons he sent in here? We needed that jugs and to time that right at the end so we hit the entire rush. Otherwise we would have died there because we were out of lightnings and under power lock early on. But yeah, so we're thinking about, we want to send in some camo. So now camo regen leads from the Wiz, and then to kidnap a strong camo tower that he puts down, because he doesn't really have any camo detection other than that wizard, which doesn't do a lot to camo ceramics, and the Dartling Gunner, which is not enough. But it's quite common to have like the sniper down, and then we just kidnap that, and then we'll be looking good. But yeah, so this game's a little bit longer, but you think a free under only 4 minutes is fine for free power-ups anyway. He power locks us and he sends in this Moab. Our sniper does so much work on it. We put our wizard down. He randomly Maelstroms twice, but he must have not done them in good positions at all, because he actually just killed himself there. But I think with all the defense he just put down, like investing in that boomer and stuff, he wouldn't have been able to survive the Camo Region leads. But anyway, that's going to wrap up for today's video. I put the leaderboard on screen now. We almost ran out of storage. I don't know if this will upload. But yeah, big up Devil, got 2-0 lead. And yeah, anyways, please subscribe, enjoy this kind of video. And yeah, have a nice day. See ya.